You're about to pick a database for your web app. You Google it, 5 minutes later, you're more confused than when you started. Supabase, Neon, PlanetScale, Firebase, MongoDB, Turso. Everyone has an opinion. Nobody agrees. Today, I'm cutting through all of it. I'm going to tell you exactly which database to use, why, and which ones to avoid. Based on real experiencing building a production application. No fluff, no sponsored opinions. Let's go. Here is something nobody tells you when you're starting out. Your database choice is not just a technical decision. It is a business decision. The wrong database can take your app offline without warning. It can hit you with a surprise bill when you're least expecting it. It can slow your entire development workflow down. And it can lock you into an ecosystem that is painful, expensive to escape later. I know this because I've made these mistakes myself building PlotGuide, my real estate platform covering 243 cities across India. You want to check it? I will leave a link in the description. I picked the wrong database first, I paid for it, I switched, and today I'm giving you the exact roadmap I wish someone had given me way earlier. But before I tell you which database wins, let me show you why the popular choices are not always the right choices. There are 5 databases every beginner developers will come across. Let me give you the honest one-line truth about each one before we go deep. The first one is Firebase. Google's database, easy to start, expensive to scale, no SQL, which means no proper relations. Loved by beginners, abandoned by builders. MongoDB Atlas. Flexible document database, generous free tier on paper, but no SQL means messy data structures as your app grows. And their free tier has some sneaky limitations. PlanetScale, no SQL based, serverless, brilliant developer experience, but they've killed their free tier in 2024. And if you're starting today, PlanetScale will cost you money from day one. Supabase, Postgres based, all in one platform, excellent developer experience as well. But the free tier has one problem that will drive you absolutely crazy. I will show you exactly what that is in 60 seconds. NeonDB, serverless Postgres, always on, free, and in my opinion, the single best choice for developers starting out in 2026. Now let me go deeper on each one because the details are where the real story is. Firebase is where most beginners start, and I understand why. Google backs it. The documentation is excellent. You can have a real-time database running in literally 10 minutes. The free tier called the Spark plan seems generous. But here is the trap. Firebase uses no SQL document model. That means your data is stored in flexible JSON-like documents, no table, no rows, no relationships. For a simple app, this feels freeing. As your app grows, it becomes a nightmare. Imagine you are building a property listing platform. You have users, property, cities, pricing data, legal data, all connected to each other. In a relation database like Postgres, you express these connections cleanly with foreign keys and joins. In Firebase, you end up duplicating data everywhere, writing complex nested queries and fighting the data model at every step. And then there is the billing. Firebase's free Spark plan is fine for a toy project. The moment you move to Blaze, their paid plan, you pay per read, per write, and per delete as well. Understand traffic spikes. Your bill can explode overnight. Firebase verdict, great for learning, dangerous for building. Supabase, which is the most noted thing on the internet right now, is what I used when I first started building PlotGuide, and I genuinely loved it as a product. Postgres Foundation, perfect for relation data, built-in authentication, saves you weeks of auto-generated APIs. You're shipping features in hours. The dashboard is beautiful and the documentation is excellent as well. The community is huge too. For about 3 months, Supabase was my best friend. And then one morning, I woke up, opened the PlotGuide, which is the web application that I developed, and it was down. Not because of a server failure, not because of a bug in my code, because Supabase had automatically paused my database. Supabase free tier projects pause after 7 days of inactivity. 7 days, no warning email. When it is about to pause, no grace period. Just your app is down. Users who land on your application during this window gets an error. Now imagine you have been working hard on your app. You shared it with people, someone visits it for the first time and they get an error. They leave, they never come back. This happened to me. It costs me user, it costs my credibility. And beyond pausing, the free tier caps you at around 60 simultaneous database connection. For any real traffic, that ceiling hits fast. Supabase verdict, The best in all platform available, but the pausing behavior makes it unsuitable for a production app on free tier. If you can afford that pro plan at every $25 a month, it's worth every rupee. If you cannot, keep watching. Now here is one most people are talking about, and I want to make sure you know about it. Turso is a distributed SQLite database built for the edge. It is based on libSQL and open source fork of SQLite, and it is designed to run your database as close to your users as possible geographically. What does that mean in plain language? Faster queries, lower latency, better performance for users spread across large countries like India. The Turso free tier is genuinely impressive. You get 500 database, yes, 500 on a free plan, 9 gigabits of storage, 1 billion row reads per month, no credit card required. For developers building multiple small projects, microservices, or wanting to experiment with edge computing, Turso is fascinating. And this is important as well, Turso uses SQLite under the hood. SQLite is a file-based database that is brilliant for read-heavy workloads, but has limitation with concurrent writes. If your application does heavy simultaneous write operations and multiple users submitting data at the same time, Turso can struggle compared to a full Postgres implementation. Turso verdict, a brilliant option for read-heavy apps, edge users cases, and developers building multiple small projects simultaneously. Watch this one closely, it is growing fast. Okay, you've been patient. Here's the answer. For developers starting out in 2026 who want a production grade database on a free tier, NeonDB is the best choice available. And here is why exactly I'm suggesting it. And this is subjective, it could change from developers to developers as well. The first thing is it never pauses. This is the single most important thing. Neon separates storage from compute. Your data is always there. When a user hits your app after 2 weeks of zero traffic, Neon's compute spikes up in milliseconds and the server's response. The user never knows that there was a dormancy. No pausing, no downtime, no lost users. And it is Postgres, the most powerful, most flexible, most widely supported relational database in the world. Everything you build on Neon is fully portable. You can migrate to any other Postgres provider such as AWRDS, Google Cloud SQL, DigitalOcean without changing even a single line of application code. The free tier is genuinely generous. 500 megabits of storage, auto-scaling compute, no credit card required, no pausing. This is enough to run a real production application. I know because PlotGuide currently runs on it right now and I've still been using the free tier. Database branching. This is my favorite feature and it is unique to Neon in this category. Create a branch of your database exactly like a Git branch, test new features, run migrations, break things safely, delete the branch, production never touched. This feature alone makes me a better developer. Authentication built in. Neon now includes auth directly integrated with the database. No separate service, no extra cost, one platform for everything. Neon verdict is always on, Postgres based, genuinely free, developer experience that makes you faster. Hence, this is exactly why I'm suggesting it. Let me make this as simple as possible to you. Here is my honest recommendation based on what you're building. You're building your very first project and just learning, please use Firebase. The simplicity gets you moving fast. Just know you will outgrow it. You want all-in-one platform with the database plus authentication plus storage. You can spend $25 a month. Please use Supabase Pro. It's the best complete backend platform available right now in the market. You want the best free production database with no surprise, no pausing, and a no Postgres foundation. Use NeonDB. This is my personal recommendation, and this is exactly what I use for my application called PlotGuide. You're building multiple small projects or an edge-focused application, give Turso a serious look. The free tier is extraordinary and performance at the edge is genuinely impressive. You're building a MongoDB or document model app and need flexibility over structure. MongoDB Atlas free tier is acceptable for starting out. Just have a migration plan ready before you hit their limits. Here is my final thought and I want to hear yours. The database you choose shapes everything. Your data model, your query patterns, your development speed, your infrastructure cost, your ability to scale. Most developers spend more time choosing a font than choosing a database. Do not be that developer. I use NeonDB for PlotGuide. It has never let me down. It has never surprised me with a bill. It has never paused when a user needed it. If you want to see exactly how I implemented this in real production application, I have a full video linked right here walking through the complete PlotGuide database stack. MongoDB, Cloudinary for images, and the whole setup. Go watch that next. And drop a comment below. What database are you currently using? And what is that one thing about that drives you absolutely crazy? I read every single comment and I genuinely want to know. Subscribe if you want more honest, no fluff developer and business content every week. See you in the next one.